Breaking news from Buckingham Palace. King Charles is returning to public-facing duties. I have some exclusive details, some of which you might not see from the media. Quote, His Majesty the King will shortly return to public-facing duties after a period of treatment and recuperation following his recent cancer diagnosis. Note, it does not say the ending of treatment. It does not say that he's cancer-free. To mark the milestone, their majesties will be visiting a cancer treatment center on Tuesday. My understanding is that this cancer center has nothing to do with King Charles's treatment. We also now know that the king and queen will be hosting their majesties, the Emperor and Empress of Japan, in June. We also received a new portrait of their majesties to mark the 1-year anniversary of King Charles's coronation. Buckingham Palace continues to show Kensington Palace how this is done because they release all the details about this photo. The photo was taken on the morning of April 10th, the day after their majesty's 19th wedding anniversary in the Buckingham Palace garden. The photographer was Millie Pilkington. The photo was also released through official channels. This is obviously a positive development, or at least is supposed to be read as positive forward news. But if you think about it, is it really breaking news? Could this have been released last week, the week prior? Doctors are pleased with his progress. He will return to royal public-facing duties in a limited capacity, subject to change depending on his doctor's advice, which is fantastic news. I think there are a few reasons why this dropped now. May 6th is the 1-year anniversary of King Charles's coronation. Needless to say, it's been a tough year on the job. Along with releasing a new portrait, they wanted to release some good news as well, to encourage people, to bring a renewed interest and faith in the British monarchy. And then there were stories like these that started circulating this week about funeral plans being dusted off for King Charles. Don't know how much any of this influenced their plans. Finally, there's the fact that there are so few working royals right now. Besides the March video released by Kensington Palace with an update on Kate's health, we don't know when we will next see the Princess of Wales. Prince William has done some events here and there, but really hasn't worked in a full-time capacity this year, if at all. As far as reporting from the Royal Rota and the larger British media, I was a reporter on the Royal Beat. I would ask when they are going to share the type of cancer, if his treatment is coming to an end, when it will end, what of the murmurings that King Charles is sicker than they have let on. I also want to reach out to Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace to ask, what are the expectations on William? If his father is still working in a limited capacity, are we going to see the Prince of Wales return to full-time work? If I was writing an op-ed, I know where I would go with this, but I think I'm going to save that for my Substack. I would push for these answers by hearkening back to the way Kensington Palace handled Catherine, the Princess of Wales's news, why it is not only important to see royals in order to believe them, but also to regain faith and trust in what they tell us. My guess is that most of the pieces that we're going to see from the British media is that royals are back, royals on road to recovery, crowning achievement for the king. Of course, there should be stories like that, but I think most will not ask further questions. They will not push for more answers. Because when your primary concern is access and journalism has been conflated with protecting the crown, probably not going to do anything that will throw a wrench into those plans. As you know, I'm posting a little bit less after the loss of my dog. I will update with anything major. Make sure you're following me and that you subscribe to my Substack, meredithconstant.substack.com, where I will definitely have some article out about it over the weekend or next week.